India is the most colorful and festive country with the majestic Himalayan mountains to the north, the pristine turquoise-colored waters of the Indian Ocean to the west, and of course the beautiful Bay of Bengal, which lies to the east. India is called the land of spices. The spicier, the better. It is also the land of many people. Although India is one-third the size of the United States, its population is 1.47 billion, making it the most populated country in the world. India is also a land of many deities. The Hindus boast 330 million gods, and idol worship is everywhere. There are more Muslims in India than in the entire Middle East. This is Ralph Spees. I was fortunate to have Keith Burkhart, pastor of First Southern Baptist Church in Oklahoma City, and Tony Gunther, college student also living in Oklahoma City, who went with me to India not too long ago. We went to encourage some select believers and also share with them some new training. Our first stop was Hyderabad, where we met Dhanraj Koda, our main contact in Telangana. He greeted us royally with garlands and warm greetings, Indian style. Dhanraj and his son Joshua, they thought that we needed a tour of the city, and so we visited an 11th century fort, which is quite something else, and also a huge uninhabited palace, now a museum, that once required 10,000 servants to operate. Well, Hyderabad is like many cities, with miles and miles of slums. Dhanraj has a heart for the slum dwellers, and especially for the children who raid the dumps called rag pickers, seeking food or something to sell for food. In the middle of the slums, Dhanraj built a church and a school to minister to the community. Visiting those children was definitely the highlight of our day. On Sunday, we enjoyed wonderful worship with Indian believers, participated with them in the Lord's Supper, enjoyed a wonderful meal following the service. At the end of the service, it is customary for people to line up, requesting prayer. We had no idea what their needs were, not being able to understand Telugu, but we prayed. We prayed fervently and trusted God to direct our prayers. The next day, we met with 60 pastors interested in orality, how to reach the illiterate. When Pastor Keith spoke passionately about fanning the spiritual flame in their lives, the response was explosive. Everyone was on his feet, crying out to God for the fresh fire while committing to the test. To introduce them to oral learning, we taught them how to tell the story of creation easily, and they learned so quickly. When they discovered it was Tony's birthday, they gave him an unforgettable celebration, treating him as you would a dignitary. He was greatly touched by their outpouring of love and kindness. It was a 4-hour taxi ride to Gopalpur. Cattle claim right away on all the streets and the roads, and sometimes they even lie down in the middle of them. Indians consider them sacred and simply drive around them. So arriving in Gopalpur, we were greeted by 44 new Meridian Master Trainers at the William Carey Retreat Center, a safe place to meet. Another group was to arrive in a couple of days. We went to encourage these two groups, but they came to report what God was doing in their lives, with powerful testimonies that encourage us. Under the direction of Debananda Malik, a humble man of God, over 23,000 new believers were baptized in 1 year. Indians love to sing, and they dance like Miriam and David of old, as an expression of their worship. Now, Debananda's efforts paid off in the last 5 to 6 years with these young believers, most of them with a Hindu background. All were trained to evangelize, disciple, and plant churches. Everyone who reported over the several days we were there with meetings gave amazing data about the people who heard the gospel, how many responded, how many were baptized, and how many churches were planted. We were privileged, definitely privileged, to be a part of making Jesus famous in India.